let's get some music done.
Right.
So we ended up getting a hotel room and just setting up all our own equipment and turn the hotel room. And that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. That's how you do it. You pop up shop. So I actually learned that from the Jack. I'm from the Bay Area, so rest in peace to the Jack. But that was like my big homie in the music stuff.
Okay.
Who he was the first person to influence in my area that made me believe in myself. You know what I mean? So he taught me a lot of things just by watching, like not by him telling me, but just by me paying attention.
That's how you do it in hip hop. You watch and you learn.
You can pop up shop anywhere and get it done if you got a good engineer. So we were in the studio. We made a song. The first song was 2 minutes and 18 seconds long.
Right.
And we were in there for about 2 days. We got a whole EP done. And as soon as we got it done, as soon as we finished recording, we get a knock on the door at like 12:30. Well, it's actually more than a knock on the door. We were smoking in the room so much, which I've never had this happen. I've smoked in 100 hotel rooms, but we were smoking so much for so long that we set the fire alarms off. Which that's never happened. I didn't even think that could happen because it's supposed to be
218.
It's supposed to be a different. It's supposed to be a different kind of smoke. You're not supposed to be able to set off a fire alarm by smoking, but we did. So the fire alarm goes off. I'm asleep at this point. I went to sleep. Like I knocked my last verse out, went to sleep. And then Eric and Diedrich wake me up super calm, which was even more confusing. So they're super calm. The fire alarm's going off. I don't know what's going on. And they're just like, hey, I think we got to figure this out. And I'm like, I'm not even awake. So I literally tell them, I'm like, hey, I can't even think straight right now. So I need you guys to tell me what we need to do because I'm not the guy with the answers right now.
Right.
So we started cleaning up and trying to get the thing to turn off, but it wouldn't. Then we get a knock on the door, and they're pretty much like, we've been getting noise complaints and people saying the whole hallway smell like weed. You guys got to go. And I was like,
so they kicked you out?
Yeah, they kicked us out. And I was like, the dude who actually knocked on the door, he was a young cat. He was like a little younger than me.
Right.
So we got lucky because he was like, yo, like I don't want to kick you out, but they're telling me like I have to call the cops on you. So instead of calling the police, I'm letting you guys know like, and that was the magic word for me. You know what I mean? You say police, I'm like, yeah, say no more. I'm gonna get up out of here. So we got up out of there, man. But so yeah, the first song we did was a little D-Lo. The first song that we did was 2 minutes and 18 seconds long. The hotel room we were in was actually room 218, and then we looked up what 218 is on the internet, and we found something called the angel number. So it's actually called an angel number. And I couldn't even like fully describe to you the full details of it, but pretty much like the explanation of what that number meant was like specifically in tune with like everything we were doing at the time. You know what I mean? So
organically just came.
Yeah, it just organically came together, and then it just keeps getting like more and more deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like brother was telling me earlier. He was saying that tomorrow's the 218th day of the year, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Exactly. Tomorrow's the 218th day of the year, and we're finishing up our album tomorrow, and that's like you can't even plan that. You know what I mean?
That means it's meant to be, man.
And then also the person who printed our first shirts that we ever got printed, his street address was 218. The person who printed our shirts. So like everything just keeps happening and keeps pointing back to 218.
That's crazy.
So we pretty much just embraced it. You know, instead of doubting it, like we were talking about earlier, it's easy to be afraid when you got a good thing, but sometimes you got to just double down on that and put your faith in it.
You got to ride it, man.
You got to ride it because otherwise it's always going to be what it is unless you make it something else.
You guys are like on that frequency, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, you guys are on the same frequency. You're tuned in, man.
Drawing that stuff to you, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like we're all on like different levels or layers of that same frequency.
Yeah.
But that's why we all work well together because there's something that I might not see, I might miss, that Eric will catch, or Eric won't catch it, but Diedrich will, and so on and so forth. So it's like having more eyes looking at the same thing from different angles, so you miss less and can do things right the first time, or at least, you know, as close to the first time as possible, instead of constantly having to touch the stove to figure out it's hot. You know what I mean? So that's been really, really crucial. And then also I like working with the guys because when it's all on you as an artist, like it takes a really specific type of person to be able to have it be all on them and to like not quit and to stay on it and to never get discouraged and all those things. Like it's a very specific type of person who could do that independently, you know, who didn't just pop online like off of like a one hit or whatever, but like really grinding, really trying to build it up. It's a really specific type of person that it takes to do that. So I feel like us three, like we're like one person. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like one strong person instead of like three, whatever. You know, three people who can do their best on their own. You know, and a lot of times in hip hop, the group dynamic doesn't work because of you know, egos and agendas and ideas, and everybody got their own idea. But I don't even got any of my own ideas. Like all my ideas are our ideas. So like it just keeps working. Like anytime I even think I have my own idea, like it never works anyways. But when we come together and do it together and put our minds to it, that's when it comes out the best. So it's like I'm gonna just stick with that and
you guys got
press into that and trust
solid
that.
team, man. You guys got a good team.
Yeah,
you know,
we do.
When you can work together like that and basically, you know, come together and create and bring up ideas and whatnot. I mean, that's what you need. You need that formula, that chemistry.
Yeah, especially it's something about threes too. Everything works in threes.
Oh yeah,
you know?
three's a
Right.
good number.
Three's the magic number. You know?
It's the magic number.
Yeah, we're also lucky because we've been in the music business, especially me. Like I've been in the music business a long time, and I originally got in the music business because of my love for the artistry. You know what I mean? But that's how everybody gets in. Like for the most part, everybody wants to be a rapper or a singer or a DJ or a producer. You know what I mean? Nobody just wants to be like a manager or whatever. But you end up there because of your love for the craft. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But that was the whole reason I got into it. So for me, it's like I'm taking everything that I've learned over the last 10 years and applying that to the music now. So we're in a really blessed situation because we have a lot of people around us who have a lot of experience and knowledge and like all these things where we don't gotta just guess or shoot in the dark as much as a lot of cats do. Like we actually have a really good management team. So when we come out swinging, like we're coming. We're not playing around. We're not tiptoeing around it or just hoping. Like we're shooting straight
make it happen,
bullets
man.
and nothing else.
If you're out in the street and you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? You'll see the fruition of everything you're working for. You know what I mean? Like you can just be out here and say you're doing stuff, but when you actually have people in your corner and team that are working for the same goal every day, you know what I mean? You guys are like all pushing forward, and that's how you make it.
And that's been like the transition of like putting all that energy and time and the work ethic into other things, and then being able to like hit that switch and make your main focus and priority the music. That's been the transition that I've been figuring out how to balance and prioritize and all those things. You know what I mean? Because I don't do anything else. All I do right now is make music and throw concerts, and that's all I've ever done. I've never had a job.
Keep it simple.
I went to college for a year and a half.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I tried everything. It wasn't that I was opposed to any one path, but this is just the thing
that's what chose
that always pulls me back and works for me. So
That's cool,
I'm
man.
excited to see what we could do with it. You know.
That's what's up, man. Well, yeah, you tuned in to 102.9 The Injection, South Phoenix Radio. We're going to let Needles get back on some records, and then we're going to bring 218 back in. We're going to talk some more with them, get to know them. You guys stay tuned.
DJ Needles on the cut.
Tell him it's hard out here in Baltimore, baby. Yeah, everyone knows West Baltimore story. Yo, hard out here in Baltimore, baby. Yeah, everyone knows West Baltimore story. Yo, hard out here in Baltimore, baby. Hard out here in Baltimore, baby. Hard out here in Baltimore, baby. Hard out here in Baltimore. Hard out here in Baltimore. Hard out here in Baltimore, baby. Yeah, everyone knows West Baltimore story.
Yo, blocks of vanillas, a mellow or kush on Chris. My slang switch, I no longer call it ifs. Drinking Henny Black, playing pity pack with a bitch. She's telling me how raw he got shot at this party and missed. Veteran in the game, but he wasn't chasing hits. Mine always on his money, never into chasing chicks. Running when she rocked the bracelet, his little sister gave him. Got killed with 9-6 round land, loving patient. VIP celebrating the mayor's birthday. He even bought Stephanie rolling Blake's cake. Drake sat at the table nursing his ace. Haste and God hurt on his face. Been hustling with Rodney since they went to Lake Clifton. Together they built the army, now in turn stay snitching. Got the news this morning from his attorney, Chase Wilkins. Color on, fans at a strong case building. Talk about the stash house in Irvington by Hilton. Drug Rat and Rodney never seen it coming. 2 shots in the head, 1 in the stomach, and a breast in his wife that had a bun in the oven. Hey yo, Drake, what the fuck you doing, son? The block, the hate, the guts, the glory. This a West B-more story. The struggle, the hustle, the pain, the glory. This a West B-more story. The block, the hate, the guts, the glory. This a West B-more story. The struggle, the hustle, the pain, the glory. This a West B-more story.
Best of me, invest in me. The rest of me is testing me to fight the devil's weaponry. Defar I all powerful. Elevated mastermind, the streets will devour you. Cowards even pack 9. The best of me, invest in me. The rest of me is testing me to fight the devil's weaponry. Defar I all powerful. Elevated mastermind, the streets will devour you. It's even pack 9. Rap stuff, I'm advanced. Tight like a headband. The mic I hold equal with my right and my left hand. Necessary jewelry, minimal foolery. Defar I hate Root keeps getting better than he used to be. Yup, the homie alchemist, soul assassin, liquid crew, down with a mound of chips, West Coast official, gauges and pistols, diamonds and rubies and sapphire crystals, drink for the cowboys, pour out some liquors, R.I.P. to my dead brothers and sisters, Rochester big and tall, polos in every color, short sleeve, long sleeve, terry cloth, cream butters, L.A. to N.Y., Francois to Italy, the world is an oyster, the pearl is my spittery, often I'm imitated, federal I'm federated, often a pretty broad's V's what I'm penetrating.
Vultures waiting for the main course. They've been hanging since Large Pro was main source. Must be the good energy I keep in storage. Keep it in my head, spill it out in the course. We on the tour bus, smoking rainforest. While you 4 deep, packed up in a Ford Taurus. When I speak tongue in cheek, it's like the code is Morse. Kicking down the door, how could we not use excessive force? Fighters, dope style takers. Ain't fucking with them, well that's a deal breaker. Seal deals like bank vaults airtight. Sometime my day's so long, I be glad it's night. I came up with vets, sat me down, prepared me. The industry talk out they ass like Jim Carrey. Watch when friends turn, be ready for change. Don't owe nobody cause you knew them in first grade. It's a new day, people deceitful. Got a lot of tendencies that's evil, and doses that's lethal. Often anticipated, eagerly awaited. Midnight Tuesday morning, crowds going crazy.
King of kings, Lord of lords. I got you locked in like 4 doors. 4 to 5 days a week, you can find me down at the beach. 20 sets of pull-ups and dips. The prerequisite to this nigga, stay ripped. Blazing environment, fit for a fireman. I'm the sun shining in, thousands admiring. Doors I've kicked open, fences I've hopped. The cream of the crop, my team is the hop. Space shuttle mysteries, glitches in the matrix. Your raps on advance, you barely cover basics.